This video brought to you by Exams A to Z, empowering through education.
Hi everyone. Today let us understand the relevance of Buddha in the modern times. Gautam Buddha is an enlightening figure, is a torch bearer who has provided enough light to the entire universe. Gautam Buddha and his thoughts are eternal in nature. Life is full of sorrows. It is as told by Buddha, and the same life can be full of joy, can be happen if we follow the Buddha's Ashtanga Marga and Madhya Marga, middle path. The relevance of Buddha is as relevant when there was intellectual revolution happened in 6th century BC, when the relevance of Buddha was very important at those times. Even it is of same importance in the current times too. It is because to know the middle path, to know the balance, it can be ecological, it can be economy versus ecological, it can be social versus economic, polity versus economic. It's all about balance. We can learn that balance, we can learn the technique of balance by following Buddha's teachings, Buddha's values, Buddha's sayings. Thus, the relevance of Buddha is as important as it was in the 6th century BC. Now let us understand about the relevance of Buddha in various dimensions. We will also understand how we can inculcate this Buddha's teachings into the younger generation, which almost constitute around 60% of the population. Thus, we can lead a balanced and meaningful life. Overall, we can make the entire India a happy and prosperous nation, and we can make the world a happy and prosperous. Firstly, let us understand about Buddha, Gautam Buddha. As we all know, Gautam Buddha was a prince. His original name was Siddharth, Siddharth, Siddhartha. When he experienced the life which is full of sorrows, like when he saw the old man, when he saw the dead body, uh, like when he saw the death of a person who was carrying, and then when he observed his life, his personal life, when he got married, he got a kid, and then he led a very good life. He had all, he had all kind of expressions and feelings, because he led a very good life, very good standard life. Now we need to ask ourselves why Buddha taught to go out of his home and search for the reality, search for the truth in life. It is because there is something beyond what is what Buddha felt in his home, in his palace, because Buddha was a prince. Buddha was the head of the a clan. a kingdom. Buddha went on discovering himself. Finally, he attained the nirvana. He attained the enlightenment. Through that, he discovered, he told the entire world, life is compo, life is, life is full of sorrows. All things, all composite things will decay. Strive diligently. And he also came up with a new unique technique called Madhyamarga. This Madhyamarga is a unique philosophy which we can apply in all our lives, in both personal and professional. For example, we can put this fine tuning in our personal lives. We don't need to go towards any extreme, right or left. We need to try always to put ourselves in the in the middle path, because this Madhyamarga help us to understand ourselves more than anything else. It is also part of the emotional intelligence, self regulation, self realization, self motivation. All these are crucial skills which we require to lead a balanced and purposeful life. The same thing is true in the government perspective also. It can be seen like the following. We can always see good politics versus bad economics, bad politics versus good economics. There will be rare cases which we can see good versus good. Again, here also we can apply Buddha's Madhyamarga. It is because politics is meant for the upliftment of the society. Politics is meant to is to see the society which is progressive in nature. When the society can be progressive, when the state of the economy is in progressive, how it can be achieved? When there is a political will. How political will can be achieved? When the politicians maintains high standards of life, that is, if they follow Astangika Marga, the eightfold path, right view, right meditation, right action, right livelihood, right right conduct. All this makes the politicians, not just politicians, in this context, politicians will make uh, will make their lives to live on the high standards of life, so that they won't crave for the money, they won't do any favoritism or nepotism, they won't do any partition, they don't exhibit any partition attitude, because this all this nepotism, favoritism, or any unholy nexus behavior, or any, all these things will lead to corruption, all these things will lead to the mistrust in the minds of the public. Even it also lead to the demoralizing the corporates or the people who want to invest in the economy. Sometimes bad politics will lead to the short term goals, short term interest. We can see many scams. We can see many scamsters in both politics as well as in economics. And in our economy, we can see the Colgate scam or 2G scam, Commonwealth scam, even in iron ore scam in Ballari and in many other areas. We are seeing on everyday basis that Most recent example is ES employment state insurance. Employment state, which talks about like which provides the health insurance. Even we can see scams in ESI also, which is very vital part to ensure the social security net for the unorganized sector. Thus, what we need to understand is we need to ensure ourselves whether we are leading the life the high standard. Those are aligning the values with the principles of life. Principles. Here we can solve this bad economy, good economy versus bad politics versus good economy versus bad politics. We can resolve this by this example. The same can be seen in environmental aspect. When there is a fine balance between economy versus environment, we can lead it will lead to the sustainable development. It will lead to the sustainable development. Buddha's non-violence path also can be utilized here at this juncture, at this critical juncture, where many wildlife creatures are getting extinct, are getting vulnerable. Thus, what we need to re-emphasize is the path of non-violence, which was uh, long back told by Gautam Buddha and Vardhaman Mahavira, and in the modern times it was put into practice by Mahatma Gandhiji. Thus, the path of non-violence can also be the solution, or it can also be considered as a game changer to make environmental balance, which can bring huge changes in the entire like world paths towards sustainable development as such. Then there are many benefits like we have discussed above. Then why we are not able to implement it in our lives? If we are implementing, we cannot see the disasters. It can be man-made or it can be majority are man-made. Natural disasters are cannot be we cannot prevent them, but we can minimize the damage. But man-made disasters are in our hands. We need to reduce the impact. All this lies in the implementation of or understanding of life of Buddha. This Ashtangika Marga and Madhya Marga can be considered as the real instruments of change. This can be done from our childhood, from our basic social institutions like family, school, and then the broader terms like society. We need to nurture the kids. How we need to deal with the like extremities in our lives. We need to quote the examples how the various like leaders or administrators or social reformers went beyond their uh, traditional traditional attitudes. Why they become the examples? It's all because of their value system. This was stressed by Buddha a long time back. The same thing can be done in schools by portraying the Buddha lives in pictures and then asking students to imbibe those in their personal lives too. We can conduct exhibitions, we can conduct quizzes, we can conduct discussions, open-air discussions. All this will inculcate a new spirit of inquiry in the minds of children. Next, the most important is the individual has to change. This can be a leader or a politician, or can be a media, or can be anyone, like anything else. Because Buddha's life is unique, it can be applicable or it can be taken by anyone in the world. This right livelihood or right view, right conduct can be taken as the measure of progress by any society. Thus, it is a high time we need to imbibe the values or the teachings of Buddha in our lives. On this auspicious day, Buddha Purnima, we need to re-inquire, we need to go back to the life of Buddha and ask ourselves what Buddha is mean for us today. It makes us more alive. It will also lead to the more balanced life, which will more balanced come meaningful life. Thank you so much.